All right, what's up, guys? So today we're gonna be working on the heater tuck video. This will be tucking all your heater lines. I will go more into depth about it, but this will work on the RSX, which is K20, and some others that are K24. I'm gonna get into detail with that, and it's also gonna work on the HN Civic. All right, as this is at least for what is confirmed as the update of this video. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around and show you the whole process, how to get all the fittings put on, and questions that you may have that I will cover on the video. So here we have the fittings and some of the other stuff here laid out, and I'm gonna quickly go over it, what you're gonna be getting and how to install everything. It is pretty simple, but don't overthink about it. One of the things I will cover is if you're gonna be getting the kit, just be aware it will delete your IAC, which is your idle air control valve. These lines go directly into the heater, so it does not go into where the IAC is. Okay, so be aware of it. If you're going to be deleting that, 99% of the time you're going to have an aftermarket ECU, or the computer needs to be chipped, so like a Flash Pro or K Pro, in order to disable the IAC. Okay, that is just something that the only way the kit works. So this is not like the OEM hard lines that they have nipple on the side and able to feed water into the IAC. All right, so very first thing, be aware of that. Moving on forward, we're going to be showing you how to run everything. I'm gonna put some clips here and there of my setup on my car, how I got everything done and how everything was routed. All right, one thing I will cover is all the lines are going to be 10 AN. Okay, this is a common asked questions that I get. I guess I didn't cover that on the previous video that I did about the install. So all the lines are going to be at 10 AN, 10, 10, 10, 10. Okay, so when you go buy fittings and like hoses, just know that you need to buy at 10 AN. One thing is, the kit does not come with lines or the AN fittings to make the lines happen. The reason I don't do it, because there's so many ways to route this. It is very difficult to please everybody in, oh, I want it a 90, I want it a 45. It's just too much. I'd rather let them figure out on your own, and you can route it however you like, because everybody's setup is different. Some people are turbo, some people are all motor, and they want to run it. So this is why the reason I don't supply the hoses. I get asked this all the time to supply them with the fittings. It's just too much, too many angles and too many ways to route it. So that's the reason I don't do it. All right. So the very first thing, I'm gonna go ahead and cover for the RSX, and I'll come back. This is gonna be for the the HN or the K24 people. All right, I'll come back and cover this in later on the video. But this is for the RSX. This is what you're gonna be getting. You're gonna get one of these, one of that, one of these that's going to get going in the back of the head. Here I'll put a clip for you guys so you can see it, and it already has Teflon tape, so you're good to go. And you're going to be getting one of these that's going to be going on the thermostat housing, and I will show you how to put that. It's very, very simple and very easy. I already got some measurements for you guys, so it's not that big of a deal. And then yeah, that's about it with the kit. One thing I will cover, this stuff, we buy them. These things have a patent. We're not able to make these fittings. So that is one thing that I will say that. But here's another thing. We have to machine each of these fittings. So you can see here, we have machined a little bit of it. I can't go into depth about all the specs and everything, but I want to show you, because there's always that one person saying, oh, I can get him here, I can get him there. Yeah, that's fine. You probably can, but it's not going to work for your setup, okay? They specifically were made for American cars, like American Muscle and all that stuff. They were not designed for Honda. What we have done is we buy them, and then we have to machine each one of them to make it work for our cars. All right, so I always get one little Timmy that will say that, okay? And I will show you how to install this. It's very, very simple. All right, so just be aware of it. This is what we have to do. We're not able to make this product ourselves because it has a patent here in the USA. So just know that we have to buy this and we have to machine them. All right, but we have talked to them. They're cool with it. They supply us, and then we machine them. They do not want to do it for us, so we have to do it ourselves. All right, moving on. Like I said, this is going to be going in the back of your head, and this is going to be going into the thermostat housing. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and show you how to put it on. It is very, very simple. All right, and I also have the drill bit that I use here. So quickly zoom in. Let me see. All right, so this is the size that I use so you guys can see it. Yeah. There you go. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off and show you what I did. If this thing will focus, Jesus Christ. So you guys can see what I did in order to put the screw here. All right, now that you know what size drill bit you need to use, we're gonna be having to drill that hole here. I messed it up a little bit, but I got the right specs this time, and I'm gonna go ahead and share with you guys how to put this on. You can see here already has an O-ring and it's screwed on there, and that what keeps it from coming up. All right, so the way you want to do this and the way I got the measurements right was I did it wrong the first time. So you can see the hole is a little bit bigger than it should be, but I went and measured it like so. Okay, and I got right in the middle of it. See, I'm sorry, I'm doing this one hand, but you get my point. And then what I did after is, all right, so you can say there, I pushed down. What I did, grabbed the like so, and then I went there like this, and that's what it was able to tell me where to make the hole. Okay, so you can see here I made it a little bit too low in the very beginning because I measured it wrong, but if I would have done it just right. So that is the specs on millimeters. Okay, 7.50. all right, so that way you don't mess it up like I did. But there's nothing wrong with it. It's not gonna leak through because I didn't make the hole too low, otherwise I would have needed a new thermostat housing. Okay, so you can see here it just pushes down. Sorry, mind this, I'm doing this one hand, keep this in mind. Okay, so I need to twist it a little bit. You can see the threads right there. I just need to twist it. I'm doing this one hand. Okay, once I get that on, put the screw on there, and that will keep it from coming up. Okay, so it's pretty simple. We'll go ahead and slap a picture there for you guys so you guys see how it looks with my car and then other customers' cars that got it done on their car as well. Okay, so that is for this. That's how it looks. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back on so you guys can see it, but that is the measurement that you want to do in order to get the hole just right. Another thing is, if the pieces like this, you want to make the hole somewhere here that you can get not in the back like I did. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm doing this because this is just an extra piece that I have just for a purpose to do these videos. But you can see here, obviously it's going to be something in the car like so. And then you want to be somewhere that you can, you know, take it off if whatever the case might be. All right, so I'm going to put that on and show you how that finished product looks. All right, okay? So I was able to push it down all the way flush, flat. And you can see here, it probably won't focus, but you can see where that thread is. Let me see. Oh, there we go. So go ahead and throw this on, and yeah, I'll show you the rest of the stuff. All right. So now that you know how to put this together, so you can see it, very, very simple. All right. Very next step is going to be showing you how to put this stuff together. All right. You can see here they have an O-ring. All right, and that's what kind of prevents the water from leaking out, and also prevents how would I put it? Like it makes this your fitting into an AN. So obviously this, you can't make this into AN, even if you try to, you know, weld it or whatever the case might be. You can even weld this, but plastic weld it. So the solution has been to do it like this. So you can see here, we have to machine it just a little bit, enough that it can work. Okay, so very simple the way it goes in. So you can go ahead and put this on just like that, and the O-ring goes after. Okay, mind this, I'm doing this one-handed. I don't have somebody holding the camera for me. Okay, so just like that. Okay, and then you're gonna push this forward. Okay, obviously it'd be better if I have both of my hands. And then what you do, you grab this and lock it in there like so. And I'm gonna go ahead and do it for you guys so you can see how it looks. But that is how you're gonna go ahead and put this together, and that's what locks it in. It makes it into a AN fitting. Okay, so you can see here. So once again, we have to machine each one of these, throw them on the CNC machine and get them cut in order for to do what we're doing. Okay, so go ahead and show you how it looks once we have turned the little valve into AN. Okay, so you can see here, I pushed it all the way forward. Okay, the O-ring is there. What I'm gonna do, go ahead and throw this on, as you can see. Okay, and then obviously you'll need 2 crescent wrenches. Lock it all the way through because you don't want it to be doing none of this play. Go ahead and lock it all the way and show you what to do next. Okay, so went ahead and got it on there so you can see it. All right, there's not going to be another one going on the back of the RSX. And I'll go outside and show you how it looks on my car so you can get an idea. But there's no way to put another fitting here and put another fitting on the firewall. It's just the AM fittings are just not going to work. Okay, that is just specifically for the RSX. Even if you have a K24 setup, this line right here is just not going to work. You're going to have to leave the OEM rubber line. All right, so quickly I'm going to show you how to run the line. So you're going to have this, you're going to put a 90, you're going to bring it down, and this is going to be going to your firewall. Okay, so it's going to be just like that, like so, and it mounts the same setup like I showed you with this one. Okay, you put the first piece in, you put the O-ring, and then you put that after. Okay, so you're going to get this hose comes around and it goes into that, and then the other one back of the head, it's going to go from there to here on the check valve. Okay, so now that you see how it looks on the RSX, we're going to go ahead and cover for the K24 and the HGen Civic because they have the thing on the side of the head. Okay, so go ahead and I'm going to go outside and show you how it looks on my RSX and show you the difference that's going to be on the K24. All right, okay. So here's my boy Mango. This is my RSX. This is an all motor setup that I have on it right now. I will be going turbo very soon on it, but just to give you a better idea now you can see it. And this is what I was talking about, that line. You cannot put those fittings on there because it just doesn't work. Trust me, I've tried. I know you're probably gonna be one of those persons that wants to switch it, but it's just not possible. So here, you can see that one goes to the back of the head, right? And the other one I put a 90, bring it down nice and tucked. Okay, I might switch it up a little bit on this one after when I do the turbo setup because I have a feeling it might touch there. But the best part about this, you can run it however you want because the AN lines, you can make them shorter. You can put it straight there. It is whatever you want. And this is one of the reasons why I don't supply the fittings and the lines. Okay, so you can see it. All right, so the only thing that will change on the K24 if you have an RSX, it's gonna be the pieces here. You cannot run it if you have the OEM coolant piece here. You might have to have an aftermarket. Not might, you have to. Okay, so that one is gonna be going here, and I'll put a little bit more videos once we go back inside and show you how that looks. But it's gonna be going here, and that's gonna be going to there. Okay, so pretty much we're going to be replacing that one if you have a K24 or if you have the Z3 head, which are the HN Civics, which is going to be going here. Okay, so that is going to be the only thing that will change. Now if you have the HN Civic, okay, so instead of you putting that valve right there, the little piece that I sell, and the other one, you're going to be putting them here on because you guys heater stuff is a little bit different than the RSX. But hopefully it's not too much information and you guys don't get a little bit too lost. But it's very, very simple. On the HN Civic as well, you're going to bring the line. You're going to go ahead and put it to the firewall. You're going to do the K20, the valve right here. You're going to have the aftermarket coolant place piece too as well. The K2 one works as a confirmed as of right now. I don't know about the other brands, but you can get in touch with me and we can check on it. But as of right now, the K2 one is confirmed that it works. Once I get a little bit more information, I can update on the website, so you don't have to email me about it. But you're gonna go here. I'm gonna put up pictures of my buddy's car we just finished not long ago. All right, so going back inside and show you that. Let's go ahead and finish that up. There's a lot that I cover. Hopefully this was very helpful for those that pretty much like to get videos, not just some pictures or a little bit of instructions. So if you're gonna be getting for K24 setup, you're gonna be getting with this fitting. If you got the K20, it's gonna be coming with this one, not this one. Okay, so you're gonna get that one, those two, and either or setup that you have. Okay, one thing I will say is this has an O-ring there. All right, let me see if it will focus. All right, so there you go, you can see it. So make sure when you're gonna be putting it on, there's the O-ring there. That's gonna keep water from coming out. Once again, these are 10 AN fittings, so you're gonna need 10 AN lines and obviously the 90 degrees, and however you want to route it, that is gonna be your choice. But as well, make sure there are gonna be the O-rings there as well inside. That's gonna keep the water from coming out. All right, take your time doing it right. Don't rush it like I did this one. I already gave you the measurements there, so hopefully you have one of these calipers and you able to measure it out. But you can see it, it's not too difficult. So any questions that you may have, best thing to always get to me is going to be through an email. So all right, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this was helpful once again. All right.